Hello, this is Jules Wood. No. Anyway, look, listen. I am on this app challenge that was created by my followers. Why do I say it was created by my followers? Well, it was basically created because I asked them for their feedback. And so I am literally trying to build community, and this helps me because at the end of the day, for a lot of people that say that they do this on their own or that they don't have anyone to help them, it is a lie, honestly. Like, it really just comes down to sitting with yourself and really like going down the checklist of, how people have shown up in your life. They may have not shown up the way you wanted to, but nevertheless, people have shown up. So for me, I needed the feedback, and I could Google all these things, but I just wanted to keep it fun and interesting. So I asked people, hey, what are some of the app challenges that you, not app challenges, but what are some of the app exercises that you recommend, right? And so there was one person that just gave me a ton list, but there was other people that gave me some app exercises, and I turned around and I made a list, and I chose not the easier ones, but because they're not easy, but I chose some of them, right? And I said, okay, these are the ones that I'm going to do. And there's one that was recommended by someone. I'm not going to say her name, but she did say plank twist. Those are the worst, okay? The worst. I hate them, but I do them on Tuesdays. And so basically it's 6 weeks. We wanted to just, well, I wanted to see, well, we wanted to see, yes, we wanted to see, because again, I was getting their feedback. So we wanted to see what 6 weeks would do by implementing 2 app exercises. Now, keep in mind, for me, okay, I work out 5 days out of the week. I try to do 6, but honestly, when Saturday and Sunday comes, it's just goes out the window because for some sort of reason, I'm still stuck in the mentality of Saturday, Sunday, rest day. And it is important to rest. So don't get it twisted. It is important, but I tend to fall out of certain things that I feel like I should maintain on those 2 days, that, if that makes sense, and I'm not gonna get into it. So basically, I am on week 4. This week starts week 4 today, okay? And I am going to be doing them in a little while because I haven't worked out yet. I hit snooze button this morning too many times and did not wake up. And that right there is something else that I wanted to touch on, because we turn around and we talk about, we will come up in front of the camera and we'll say, oh, I do this. I wake up at 5 in the morning, right? Wake up 5 a.m., right? And then we leave the interpretation to you. What does that mean to the people that hear that? They say, oh, she wakes up at 5 a.m. every day. Well, guess what? What about the times that I hit snooze? What about the times that I didn't wake up? Do I show that to you? No, I don't. But I come on and, oh yeah, I worked out. Now, in your psychology, you think that I still wake up at 5 a.m. every day, right? And that's just further from the truth, right? Because I do not have a perfect day every day. I have a lot going on. But if there's one thing that I do is, one thing that I do is that I make sure I work out. And that doesn't matter what time I wake up. And it doesn't matter if I have to go to work in the morning and then come back in the evening and do my workout. I'm gonna make sure I get it done, because I do hold that to a great priority in regards to what it's done for me. And it not necessarily in a physical aspect, because as far as in a figure aspect of where I would like to be, I would like to have more definition. I would like to have more muscle definition. But that's just my personal preference. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm not happy with how I look right now, because I have come a long way from where I was at. So what has it done for me personally, in conjunction with my pretty much feeding myself spiritually, is 2 things that I cannot let go. Because when I have in the midst of things, I see the difference in my life. And I think within the past 2 years, I've only I stopped working out for maybe 1 week in my whole 2 year period. That week was the most miserable week for me because I felt that I was missing something. So I physically needed. I also feel like I need to feed myself spiritually because it brings the inner joy out of me. And so those two things, if I don't have them in my life, I feel like I'm lost, right? And so that's why I try to motivate, I try to encourage people to get onto this journey of working out because it's far greater than what it does to you physically. It's more so what it does to you mentally and how it just bleeds out to certain different areas. And I get it, there's a lot of people that, they try it and they don't embark the journey because of the mindset. Really, it just comes down to the mindset because of the way you're going into it. You're going into it negatively. You're going into it like, oh, like I don't want to do this and stuff like that. And usually when you show up that way in other areas, you get the same result. That's the result you get, right? It doesn't go so pleasant. It's the energy you're putting out in return is the energy you're getting back. And so it's important that you look at it as like you look yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself, look, this is hard. This is not easy, because I'm not going to turn around and say that it's easy. But once you have faced the reality of it, then you take a deep breath and you say, okay, I'm going to do this. Even if it's going to take one step each day. And then you embark the journey and you turn around and you do it. And then before you know it, as you continue to put that one foot in front of the other, you're going to get somewhere. Okay, I started this journey at the age of 38 years old. I'm 40 now. Okay, and so it hasn't been easy for me. The only regret that I have is that I didn't start sooner. It's the only regret that I have. But at the same time, I am grateful that I went through the things that I went through, because now with everything that I've been through and what I'm going through now, it has really solidified the person that I am and has helped me realize that the experiences that I've been through, right, were not in vain. They were not in vain. They were meant for me to be able to share them with you and be able to help someone else along the way. And that's the way I tend to view it. I'm not going to view it in a negative aspect anymore, or in a view of being a victim. Can't do it. So I've owned up to it, and at this point I stand here confidently and proudly, being able to speak in front of this camera and being able to show up for myself and show up for others that care to listen to what I have to say at the end of the day, period, because I'm not for everyone and I won't be for everyone, and I'm okay with that. So the 6-week challenge is something that I recommend for people, because that's how I started my fitness journey, was through a challenge. I went on Google and I was like, let me see, I did a squat challenge, an ab challenge for like 30 days. And as I was going towards the end of the challenge, my question in my head is, what am I going to do next? That was my question. And then now I'm here today. So let's keep it true.